Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sparing your time to be on our show today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time running, the Nairobi Senator and the ODM Secretary General has made a certain move that has left a lot of speculations and has really left tongues wagging. You know, Edwin Sifuna is someone who, let me just say that it's not very easy to understand him. The first time, Edwin Sifuna had said that William Ruto was a passing cloud, and he said that there was no way he could reconcile his conscience to support William Samoei Ruto. Then, before we knew it, people saw Edwin Sifuna witnessing the signing of the 10-point agenda between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga. This was immediately after Raila lost his bid to become the African Union Commission chairperson. And there was a lot of speculations why Raila did that, why Sifuna was there. And Sifuna explained that Raila had convinced them that he was getting into the government, that they were signing the 10-point agenda that would end, among other things, abductions of Kenyans and the subsequent killings of our youths. It is said Raila explained that they would also help to stabilize this government so that in any way you want to oust William Ruto, then you use the democratic ways. After that, Sifuna has continued to attack William Ruto. The recent one was this very explosive interview where Sifuna said that William Ruto is a gone case, William Ruto is unelectable, and Sifuna made his stand that in his very own considered opinion, he cannot support William Ruto. This attracted sharp reactions from Luo members of parliament, people like Sam Atandi, Robert Alai, Upondo Kaluma, people like Junet Mohammed and the Homa Bay governor, Gladys Wanga. In fact, the brother to Raila Odinga, Oburu Odinga, did not mince his words. He actually told off Sifuna and told him to resign from his position as the ODM Secretary General, because according to them, that was and is still the position of the party. Now, Sifuna has won many hearts, and people have told Edwin Sifuna, you can walk out of that party and we will elect you from any party that will choose, or even as an independent candidate. Then today, before we knew it, Edwin Sifuna read the collective statement of the ODM executive resolutions, and people were shocked that Edwin Sifuna was telling the nation that the ODM and the party position that he supports is that Raila Odinga and the ODM will continue working with the UDA government.
Number one, that the party supports the position that has been taken by party leader Honorable Raila Odinga to work with the Kenya Kwanza administration to stabilize the country and create an enabling environment for Kenyans to address their concerns through democratic and constitutional means.
Now, that statement alone did not go down well with some people. Others are saying Edwin is a coward. Others feel that there is a game that they're playing. Miguna took to his X handle, and this is what Miguna was saying. Conman Edwin Sifuna read this ridiculous statement stroke resolution after making noise on Citizen TV Kenya about how horrible tyrant William Ruto is and that he, Sifuna, cannot work with Ruto. ODM is full of cowardly conmen and conwomen. Miguna feels that Sifuna is a coward and that he is also a conman because in an exclusive interview, a very powerful and explosive interview with Yvonne Okwara, Sifuna assured the nation that there was no way he could support the position of the ODM working with William Samoei Ruto. And he had made it very clear that should such a resolution be reached at, he won't be party to it. In fact, I remember Sifuna said that he had requested Raila Odinga to excuse him and exclude his name from the panel that was going to review the MOU, the implementation of the MOU between ODM and the UDA. So we were really shocked at what exactly is happening. Now, one thing though that was very clear is that when Sifuna spoke, his countenance kind of betrayed him. Sifuna was not happy. We know Sifuna when he's happy. He looked tired. He looked somehow even confused. Just the same way, the same manner he looked when when he was witnessing the signing of the 10-point agenda. And people have been discussing what could be happening. How can Sifuna assure the nation that he won't be part and party to the resolution of working with William Samoei Ruto? But Robert Alai, who is one of the very people who have been making noise that Sifuna is opposing the position of the party and therefore he should quit the soonest time possible. Came out openly, mocked Sifuna, and he was saying that Sifuna has been coerced and he has coiled his tail, that he cannot go against the ODM party. And Alai has really praised Raila Odinga. He has really praised the ODM and is saying ODM is a breather without which you are dead politically. Kindly listen to Robert Alai as he brags about Sifuna's change of mind at the 11th hour.
ODM nuona kendo again yani for Kenya to get a party like ODM under the leadership of Raila Odinga again in this country, it will be very hard. Let me tell you a thing. ODM is not only a political party, but ODM is a formidable force which when people are saying that ODM's G in Akufa, you know, people started predicting of ODM, the death of ODM in 2007. When after the general elections, people started saying, oh, gee, William Ruto has left, Nini, we survived the election of 2013, we came and survived the election of 2017, we survived the election of 2022, we are going to survive the election of 2027. But we have to appreciate in a very unique way, you know, the leadership of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is not only a party leader, but Raila Odinga is a once-in-a-lifetime political leader. And if you don't know that, come I explain to you why Raila Odinga is a once-in-a-lifetime political leader. There are many political leaders whom the kind of divergent opinion you see in ODM would have broken the party into very small pieces. But Raila has held this party. Mayo, Baba, sometimes you even fear. You see, Baba anaendesha party mpaka unajua ni party ni kama ile basi ya Mbokinya. Inaenda mpaka unasema sasa saizi ndio tunaenda kupata pancha hakuna. Baba ndiye yeye ameshikilia hapo na ina steady na inakanyaga na break na anashusha abiria wengine na wengine wanapanda. Tena wengine wenye wanang'ang'ania hii basi ni wengi. Baba ni kama ile nganya. So ODM today, umeona Sifuna amekuja, Sifuna ametetemeka na anasoma. ODM tuko tayari. ODM tuko tayari. Kikitugi ODM. Usicheze na ODM.
You know, at some point I thought ODM was going to break into particles because there's been a lot of discord within the ODM. When the ODM members are saying that Sifuna should quit or be removed forcefully, the lawyers on the other hand are saying if you dare touch Sifuna, then you touch all of us. And Sifuna maintains he can never be part of a decision to support William Samoei Ruto. So why the change of mind? Because many are asking, Edwin Sifuna looks very courageous always whenever he speaks, bad about William Samoei Ruto. Why the change of mind? Is Sifuna a coward? Because Nairobians have assured him that even if he quits ODM, then they will still vote for him. But of course, others are saying that Sifuna has only risen to fame because of the ODM. And they're saying if Sifuna wants to understand that he's got no fame at all, let him quit ODM and he will realize that it is Raila Odinga and the ODM party that catapulted him to fame. Why do you think Sifuna changed his mind? At a time when others are calling for his forceful removal, at a time when he has assured us that he would not be part and parcel of the decision to support William Ruto. Now, if you look at the way things have been moving, and I believe Sifuna is not a coward, and I believe he loses nothing if he quits ODM. I believe that there could be a game plan between Raila and Edwin Sifuna. Raila seems to be playing a kind of double speak. On one side, he is in government and has got some supposedly experts to help William Ruto help the economy. And I still wonder whether those are experts. And on another hand, he's not in government. And I think this is exactly what he wants to do. But today, Sifuna has come out and endorsed the position of the party. And so I believe that Raila Odinga has charged Sifuna to be speaking on one side to create confusion. There's this deliberate confusion in ODM, and it keeps people guessing, it keeps people waiting. It helps Raila, to buy time ahead of 2027. Because one thing is clear, Raila wants to be part of the government until maybe 2026, 2027. If you listen to many Luo leaders, they say there are a lot of development projects that William Ruto is taking to Nyanza, and therefore they want to stay there. Now, as they are doing this, the country is mourning because Raila had assured the nation that one of the reasons why he signed a deal, this pact between himself and William Ruto, was to end abductions, was to end killings. Just the other day during Sabasaba, just one day, 38 people were killed. And in that 1 month alone, reports indicate that 60 people were killed. So Raila is between a rock and a hard place. Kenyans are asking questions. Why are you supporting a killer regime? And you keep on assuring us that abductions will end, yet people are being killed. People are asking, including youths from your area, people like Albert Ojwang. And so Raila doesn't seem to understand how he's going to help people understand his position when we all know that it looks like a fallacy. If one of the reasons why they signed a deal was to end abductions and killings, the abductions and killings are still going on, then Raila is worried what he's going to do. So Sifuna I believe he has charged Sifuna to make a lot of noise, to keep people, guessing, especially those who don't want, especially the opponents of this broad-based government. Sifuna represents that part and is speaking to a constituency to show people that indeed they are not fully in government. So it could be a political game that they are playing. But when you looked at the countenance of Edwin Sifuna, you could almost guess that he was indeed coerced. If what Robert Alai is anything to go by, then you'll understand that it was actually coerced. The question is, why would he subject himself to be coerced? Maybe he's got a lot of respect for Raila Odinga so much that he finds himself willing to do anything that Raila wants when Raila corners him. Or he just feels that there is no need of resigning from the party now, yet there's no elections going on. Maybe he feels he's waiting for the right time to resign. Because many are just asking, why resign now? Kuna ile kulinda unga pia. And by the way, when you listen to very many people, there are people who will cross over to Wamunyoro. There are people who will even quit ODM if they continue to work with William Ruto, but they feel it is too early to do that now. So maybe Sifuna is among them who is saying, let us wait for the right time. Because in a battle, you know when to strike. You don't just do it anyhow. So maybe that is what Sifuna is waiting for. Or Sifuna could be so tired, could be very tired of this party, but he does not want to resign. He doesn't want to quit. He will be seen as a coward. He will be seen as someone who has been sent by Wamunyoro. So maybe he's waiting for the ODM to strike and kick him out. It is easier to win sympathy when you are kicked out than when you resign on your own. When you resign, there could be a lot of speculation. So we had their chats, we saw their chats with Wamunyoro, and therefore he was afraid, he was scared, so he had to quit. But when you wait for them to kick you out, then you will tell your people, I've only been kicked out because I'm speaking the truth. I've only been kicked out because I've always questioned why William Ruto is not obeying his part of the bargain. But Robert Alai and the group are very, very happy that Sifuna succumbed. But if you scrutinize some of their feelings, they really don't understand how and why Raila decided to persuade Sifuna to speak on part of the party. It can only tell you that maybe they have not identified any competent person who can fit Sifuna's shoes. ODM has been very lucky. I don't know, after Nyong'o, it was Ababu na Mwamba. I think it was Ababu na Mwamba, then Nyong'o, then Edwin Sifuna. They've had a very courageous and eloquent, Kenyans in the capacity of the Secretary General of the ODM. And Sifuna really went and he featured well in the shoes of Ababu na Mwamba. He even surpassed him. Those who have been following ODM really missed Ababu na Mwamba. But when Edwin Sifuna set his foot in that office, they forgot Ababu na Mwamba because Edwin Sifuna was everything. Eloquent, courageous, articulate, and he has won the hearts of many ODM supporters. So when you see Sifuna reading such, you know very well that they still don't have anyone who can fit into that shoes. The ODM brigades are telling Sifuna to go. And it's like they want the ODM party to remain a LUHYA affair. But who will fit into Sifuna's shoes? They will have to go back to Nyong'o or what? And that will really corroborate that indeed it is a LUHYA affair. Where will they get another person? Do you find anyone in the country today who can fit into Sifuna's shoes? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe there is a lot of dictatorship in the ODM, and that is why Sifuna was forced to do it, to swear his loyalty to the party leader. But one thing, there are cracks in the ODM. There are members of parliament who are saying, I'm not boarding. There are supporters who are saying, we are not boarding. And they're saying, if you go with that narrative of supporting William Ruto, ni wewe tu, maybe yao my leaders from the Luo land. Others will not follow that route. And so what do you pick out of Robert Alai's statements? Mocking Edwin Sifuna and saying he had to coil his tail. Maybe Raila and Sifuna know what they're doing, because I've realized no one understands Raila's moves, even in ODM. People keep on speculating. Sifuna must go, they're with Sifuna. But sooner than soonest, all this will be understood, because I know that one of the things that they want is the implementation of the NADCO report. But Gachagua says Ruto is not keen on implementing it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think about Robert Alai's statements. but to me, it was unnecessary. Is Sifuna being coerced? Robert Alai has confirmed. What does that tell you? ODM is never democratic, as it has always portrayed itself.